Hey, Sean here from SpeedCubeView.com. I'm having to stop Fewest Moves practice because GAN sent me some puzzles. The 356 iCarry E and the new GAN 12 UI. So I don't know exactly what's different in either of these, but the iCarry is usually the one that has a battery that stays in there. You don't have to recharge it, but it often lasts hundreds and hundreds of hours. While the UI is the one that you recharge, but is structured more like a regular speed cube. Let's open these up, take a look, and then we're going to go to the app afterwards. Now, the iCarry is one that I have a faster average from what I can recall. I don't keep track of my averages, like I legit delete any times that I have, but I know that I've gotten some insane times with my iCarry. I think it was the S. It was before the 2 came out, I think. But there was the iCarry, iCarry S, then the iCarry 2, and then the iCarry E now. For the 12, I know there's been at least 2 versions, where the newer version, after the first one, updated things with the Bluetooth, the battery life, kind of everything in there. But we're going to go through these together. Might as well just do one video, I think, and then maybe I'll do another video after. Okay, we've got a tensioning tool here. It's that metal piece, a bag. Okay, and we've got these little dots in here. So there's the newer version of the robot, but I haven't seen that. Right off the bat, we also have matte plastic, so it is not UV coated. And if I open this up, the pieces are much more standard. They still have a shorter stock and it's kind of a larger core, but much more standard, I feel like, than before. From what I recall, it's quite loose right now. So what's the tensioning system look like? Okay, so we have 3 different settings there. Looks like there's an inside and an outside to it. Let me check the guide to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. So the first is numerical distance. So we have 1, 2, and 3. The smaller the number, the tighter the cube feels. And then the tensioning underneath, 1, 2, 3, 4, the bigger the number, the tighter the cube feels. So right now it is quite loose that way. So what number is it on right now? It's on 2. Not sure if there's no numbers for the elasticity, so it's just by feeling. Ooh, this is nice. The centers have the color on there, so you can put the caps on the right way. That is a nice touch. I don't think that was on any of the previous models, but I am going to change this to 1. Yep, that's more to my liking. Okay, some things about this. The iCarry E. The battery lasts about 150 hours, and some instructions on how to change the battery. Okay, the 12 has this charging case, UV coated, the dots there. Yep, much more like the standard pieces. Tensioning system, I need this. Let's try that again. Okay, I don't know why the white one wasn't coming out. Quite a different looking tensioning system. Yeah, why is this one? The rest are coming off fine. Don't know what's going on there, but I'll work on that. Okay, yep, quite a bit more stable because of the piece shape. This is also the charger. Let's read some information about this puzzle, and then let's go to the app. So on a single charge, this lasts about 15 hours. This is about 10 times more, and then you replace that battery. Wait, that light turned on. Can this... Oh, this is also the power pod. This... Is there a battery in there as well? Or is it just the charger? I believe there's a battery in here as well. Let me know if there's one. I'm missing, it's not saying it in the instructions, but I thought there was a difference between the charging case and the power pod. Okay, so let's switch over to the app. test these out, see how they feel. Okay, I'm going to keep the camera like this so that way you can see the puzzles. I'm not sure what's the difference between the iCarry E and the iCarry 2. It honestly feels like this has a smaller core is what it looks like, as this doesn't feel as stable as the previous ones. It feels like a lot more like a standard puzzle. There's nothing like GAN to compare this to, so sorry GAN for making a comparison to a non-GAN puzzle, but this gives me things like the Qi M Pro vibes, where it's a bit more stable and blocky. Let's do a little competition here. Let's go to rankings. Let's do some competitive solves with it. But yeah, if you don't have an iCarry, I like not having to charge it. It does feel like this is fewer hours than the previous one though. I thought that the iCarry S was over 300 hours, unless I'm mistaken on that as well. I usually am pretty good with that stuff, but might be off. Wow, I am blind right now. So yeah, so that's my thinking, that they made the core a bit smaller and also put instructions on how to change the battery, because that is something that could be a bit tricky, but it might have been adjusted because of instructions now to make it easier, where you can just swap it out. So you can just carry this around, use it for 150 hours, and then replace the cell battery. I said before, I'm not a big fan of matte plastic. It just feels slippery to me. Some people say it feels grippier to them. I'm not sure if that's just because of if you have more oil on your hand or not, or it's just coincidental. This is new, arena match. I don't know what arena match means. Unless this is just where you do the timed ones. And after 20, it gives you like an average. The display is quite different. So this chart that we have here is different. We've got a little bit of a graph. I think this is just where you take 20 solves. This for sure is a nicer turning puzzle from the previous models. But that matte plastic, I'm not a fan of. And I know that's not an issue for everyone. Gyroscope here. Let's go back to the arena match. Very light feeling. This feels just like a 12, maybe a slightly more heft, but you know what? I need to lubricate these. They're turning fine, but it's like so fast. Okay, so this is for sure the 20 solves, because it says 13 more and you can make the list. I'm going to switch back. Well, PLL skip. 6 moves 5, 8, 7. TPS for each pair. Time for each pair. Yeah, so this takes your best 20 solves, and you have a full week of doing it. When I had the GAN iCarry S, I had enough sub 10 solves that my average of 20 was under 10 seconds. Okay, so we have the GAN iCarry E. From what I gather, it has a smaller core, so it's a little bit more flexible, but I would need actually a different one to compare it to. I don't want to say that and be wrong. but that's what it feels like. And then we have the 12. As kind of typical, I didn't like the matte plastic until I got used to it. And then I switched to this. Felt a bit too light and flexible for my liking. And I found myself using the iCarry more. If I was to use the 12, I need to slow it down. I need to maybe change the tensions a bit, add a bit different lubrication, find what works best for me. And I was getting some different catching like I normally do on some GAN puzzles, but that is just my turning. I feel like I'm used to heavier, more stable puzzles. Now, there's always been a wide range of prices for these things. The 12 has been often over $100, but the iCarry has been a quarter of that. I don't know what these are going to be, but I think that will make or break on which one I would suggest to get. So I'm going to be doing some more solves with this, trying to bring that average of 20 down because I need to practice with that. Until then, let me know your thoughts down below. Hit like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. And as always, keep following SpeedCube Review for more news and reviews.